Hey guys, so I'm here today. I'm super excited to share with you the truth of being a Target employee. I've worked at Target for 6.5 years now, going to almost 7 in March, so I don't know. I have a lot to say, I have a lot to not say, so let's get into it. Truthfully, I feel a little guilty because I feel like my experience that I have at Target is out of the norm. I feel like it's an outlier. I feel like my time at Target so far and thus far has been really good, honestly. I have quite literally heard so many horror stories with other employees working at Target, and I've seen Target's back room at other locations, and compared to my store, I'm like, my store is like so perfect. And it's far from perfect as well, but comparative, I'm like, I couldn't imagine having a store like that. It's no fault in any employee's fault. Like, I feel like Target in general tries to do what corporates do and try to cut hours, try to make people work, with the minimal amount of hours as possible, things like that. So that's my thoughts on that in general. Truthfully, if you know, management, I feel like is the make it or break it. That will literally make your experience at Target good or bad, and that's what kind of sucks. I feel like that's at a lot of different corporations, but in general, you could either love or hate your store specifically just because of your management. So specifically at my store, our management is really good. I feel like they do like me. I feel like they do listen to me, and I feel like they're not super micromanagey, which is really nice. I think it kind of depends too on what manager you do have. I love my manager currently, so I think that's also why, and that's why I do feel lucky for the position I am in currently. I work in beauty at Target. I've always worked in beauty. I am cross-trained in a lot of other positions, so I mainly work in beauty. I do Starbucks a lot, and then obviously fulfillment. Everyone almost has to always be trained in fulfillment to be able to work here, to be able to jump in when necessary, especially when they don't have enough people scheduled in fulfillment and we get a lot of orders. It's kind of crazy. Some stores just have ship from store, and some stores do have order pickup and everything like that. It's kind of crazy to me how each store is kind of set up a little bit different. You'd think it'd be all the same rules at every store, but I feel like there's a lot of different small differences in every store that we have to follow, things like that. Like at my store, we have a ship from store as well as OPU, so order pickup. And then I know at some of the other stores, they only have order pickup. They don't have ship from store. So that obviously decreases the amount of orders that they get. But I noticed the stores that don't have ship from store, they just have a really high impact, high intensity, high numbers. I can't think of the word for OPU, so that's probably why. If you get in trouble, honestly, don't sweat it because it's forgotten in like a month, if not a couple weeks. Everyone's like, oh my gosh, like I got in trouble, I'm so nervous, and I've definitely been in trouble before, and then it just blows by in like 2 weeks. I'm like, oh, okay, it's fine. And obviously it depends on what you're in trouble for. Like if you're stealing, you're obviously gonna get in trouble and written up for that, but like for small things, just don't sweat it because it's really not that deep, and they have all their other things that they're focused on, so like it truthfully doesn't matter. And I feel like I don't know anyone who hasn't got in trouble at least once, so you're good. I know kind of in the beginning of my Target journey, some people, and I notice this still, kind of gets more sought out for getting in trouble, and I feel like they're more watched, things like that. Personally for me, I had it more when I started, so I feel like that's kind of like a weird initiation phase, but that was probably just because of my manager at that time. So it is kind of odd because, like I said, sometimes I feel like other coworkers that I've known have been more sought off and got in trouble more, been more watched than others, so it's like very interesting to see that. My personal experience, just keep pushing through, and then eventually they'll be like, oh, we can't get rid of this girl, so it's fine. She can work and do her thing. Positions is also a really big factor, I feel like, on how well your Target journey will be. I 100% advocate for on-the-floor positions because most, if not all of those positions, you can actually choose your breaks. I know up front in OPU, you don't really get as much flexibility to choose your breaks, so that is hard. You don't get as much flexibility to use the bathroom. On the floor positions, you have a lot of flexibility to go to break when you want, to go to the bathroom, things like that, so I advocate for that. Personally, for me, in my working environment that I like to have more freedom to do what I want, like get the stuff I need done, but also have the freedom to go on breaks, go to the bathroom when I want, and not feel like it's so time constraining. Hours sometimes suck, truthfully, and I've been hit with hours getting declined as well. I know all my coworkers have. I know I've seen Reddit. You see so many people like, I get like 5 hours a week, so that's crazy to me. So luckily, I've worked here for so long. They do advocate for me to get my full hours basically, or at least 30 plus. So I am grateful for that, and that's mainly because I think I've been there for so long. So that has been helpful. It's not super consistent even with that though for hours, like my schedule. So like sometimes I come in at 7, sometimes I come in at 8, 10, things like that. Luckily, I do have a good availability that works really well for me, that they can't schedule me past, so I can't work past like 4:30 p.m. on weekdays, and I have Wednesdays and Saturdays off, and I think that's so perfect. I work a little bit, get a break, work a little bit, get a break, and having Saturdays off in retail I feel like is so superior, so I do love that. I love my schedule, and honestly for me, sometimes not full 40 hours is a plus for me, because I'm like, I don't want to work full 40. I'm just a girl. I want to like have a little break. I want to have a little short day and things like that. But that works for me, my finances, my situation. So I do like that. I see that kind of as a plus. And then the days that I do get to go in a little bit later, I get to sleep in. And I love that. Each store kind of varies too on rules, like I mentioned. And then also with dress code, I feel like my store is pretty lax on dress code. I've seen some people wearing, you know, not full red colors, and it's been fine. So I love that. With shorts, it can kind of be different, I feel like, from each store. So I love that. With pants, jeans. It's also the fact that I don't even know how this video is going. I just said the truth. This is my truth. I wanted to share some random things, I guess, that I wanted to share about Target, but it's the fact that we as team members sometimes get better information from the jobs that we work at, Target Corporation, off Reddit. And I think that is crazy, because why is Reddit telling me about my job quicker than my managers at my job? You know, that is kind of crazy. So honestly, if you get a job at Target, just follow the Reddit page for Target and you get to know so many things. Like, I knew about our raise that we just had this past couple of weeks ago before anybody else at my store and before my managers, because of Reddit. And I think that is funny and crazy and kind of sad. And truthfully, Target isn't for everybody. Like, some people don't like working retail, but some people do. Like, it just depends on who you are as well. And obviously, like I said, with management and just what works well for your situation. If it works for you, it works for you. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And you should move on from Target, because like I said, it's not for everybody. And I'm not saying I'm like a special person, because that's why Target works for me and so well. It's just from my situation, from where I live, from what I do specifically at my Target. Because of my Target, it works for me. I see it truthfully not as a dead end job. I see it as a stepping stone for me and many others to get where we want to be. I see it as I was able to make TikToks about me working at Target and make extra money from that. That gave me more freedom with my schedule. That gave me more freedom financially. That has been able to bring a lot more opportunities than I could have ever gotten if I wasn't currently working at Target now. So I love that, and that's why I love working at Target for me, because it has opened so many more doors, not even in my career, but like on my career on my own. And that's why I love Target so much, because truthfully for me, it has opened so many doors that wouldn't have been open if I swapped and did a different job. The flexibility in my position, specifically at work too, is super nice. I work in beauty. I get gratis. I get free samples, things like that. And I don't know if this is just me, but I always get any days I request off, and that is awesome. So it's like, yeah, I don't get the full 40, but I can request any days off. I can get PTO. There's obviously benefits to working at Target. We get PTO, we get sick time, so I can use that when I have days off, things like that. And I feel like it does accrue pretty quickly, in my opinion. And I think that is awesome. I took off 6 weeks for Italy. I don't think there's any job, or not that many jobs, very few, that would let me take off that much work and still have a job when I come back. And I've done that twice. So that's why it works out for me. A lot of people do question, why am I still working at Target at 25? And I wonder the same thing sometimes. But I just have to remember that it works for me. It's so perfect for me and what I'm doing now. I honestly love working there. I love seeing my coworkers, some of them. I love talking to my friends that are my coworkers and stuff like that. So it's just like, it works so well for me. And like I said, I truthfully see it as like not the norm. I feel like a lot of people don't love working at Target. I feel like the norm is it doesn't work out for them as much as it works out for me at this current moment. But on the flip side, there is a lot of people who do actually enjoy working at Target. So it's just like, it's really hard to not see all the negative reviews and seeing that more prevalent, because usually when people do have positive experiences, they don't share that as much. People love to share the negative. People get more hyped up from negative reviews. So I think that's why we kind of see like a lot of negative reviews of working at Target, but there is some good to working at Target. And like I said, for me, I wanted like specifically say for me, it works so well, and I know it doesn't work well for everyone, and I get that, but I do like working at Target. I love promoting about Target and working at Target, and just showing that like you can make a life with a dead-end job, a dead-end retail job, and I think that is also important. So my biggest tip for you guys, if you get a job at Target, if you're currently working at Target, or if you plan on working at Target at some point, is keep your head low. Like, as much as you would love to go complain to a manager or share your thoughts to a manager or the store director, I would consider not doing that, because I have seen people get retaliated against before, kind of, from sharing their thoughts and stuff like that. And I just think, do what you can, make the best of that experience, quit if you need to, but just kind of see, like, this is just a job for me, this is paying stuff for me, and see it kind of like that. Like, at the end of the day, Target is a corporation. Everyone's hands are tied to some extent, that it just has to be like how it is, unfortunately. Sometimes we aren't staffed enough, sometimes people are mean to us, sometimes managers are too nitpicky, things like that. But at the end of the day, if it works for you, it works for you. Take your breaks, don't skip breaks, because some people I know do so they can finish more stuff. But at the end of the day, you have to stand up for yourself as an employee. Take your breaks, get drinks, get water breaks if you need, bathroom breaks, whatever, to help you get through that day and to help make your experience better. I feel like taking the pressure off, like, this job, like, I deserve all these things. Yes, you do. But also, like I said, as much as this sucks, there's some things that it's just a corporation, so it's like, you can't expect much from them in general, I guess. Like, you can't expect the best working conditions, the best everything. Like, it is retail, it is gonna suck. But I feel like taking that pressure off, like, oh my gosh, like, I'm gonna speak my mind, taking that pressure off has made my Target journey so much better, because I'm like, oh, if I need to take an extra bathroom break, whatever, I need to do that today. Or if I'm extra thirsty today, okay, I get my Starbucks today, that helps. Just find small things that help make it through your day. Like I said, always take your breaks, even if there's so much pressure for you to get stuff done, because you deserve those breaks. You are required to take those breaks as well. So it's like, take your 15s, take your 30s, everything like that, or 45s. So that's my soapbox, I suppose, is just like, don't put too much effort, put enough, but don't put too much, because it is just a job, it is just retail, it is just Target, and they will take advantage when they can, as any corporation does. So just take that as you will. And so overall, like I mentioned, Target is really, really great for me and my position. I have a house because of Target, I have social media because of Target, and I love my schedule, I love the flexibility and everything like that. So will I quit one day? Yes, probably. I hope so. I hope I'm not working at Target at the age of 80 or 70. But who knows? Like, I have no idea what the future holds. But as of now, I know I love working here. I love the situation that I'm in. I love working in beauty. I love the people at my store. And I love making my Target TikToks. I really do. So as of now, I'm gonna stay as long as possible until I know it's my time to leave. I hope you guys can find the joy and love of any job that you choose. I hope that some of this would help you at your job if you are working at Target currently, if you don't love it. And if you do love your job at Target too, I love how we can kind of agree on that. But either or, everyone who works at Target, I call them Target besties. Obviously do what's right for you at the end of the day, where you want to work for your situation, things like that, or do what you can in the situation that you're in. And I know Target retail is not always for everybody, but sometimes it does work for your situation. And like I said, quit if you need to. I'm an advocate for working where you love, regardless of popular opinion or what you're supposed to do. Get that 9 to 5 if you need to. Everything like that. So just truthfully do what you want. Not every Target experience is the same, so you could like it, you could not, and you could be okay with it. So I hope this helped in some sort of way. This is my Target truth, and I hope you guys like watching this. Holiday season is coming, so Target besties, we got this. So I hope you guys like watching this. If you work at Target, comment below what position you're in. I would love to know. So I'll talk to you guys later. Bye guys.